Have you ever questioned if your desires are truly giving you peace or just a fleeting sense of happiness? This question was at the heart of Siddhartha's journey, a tale penned by Hermann Hesse. In the lush kingdom of his father, Siddhartha, the young prince, was surrounded by opulence and intellectual riches. He was a quick learner, absorbing the sacred texts and philosophical debates with an insatiable curiosity. His intellect was sharp, his arguments persuasive, yet beneath the veneer of this princely life, a sense of emptiness gnawed at him. The golden glory of his station, the profound knowledge he possessed, none of it could quench the thirst of his soul. In the echo of royal applause and scholarly praises, Siddhartha heard the whispers of a question. Was there more to life than what he saw and knew? A question that refused to be silenced by the trappings of his royal life or the intellectual accomplishments he had achieved. The young prince found himself standing at the precipice of a paradox. The more he learned, the more he realized the vastness of what he didn't know. The more he owned, the more he felt the weight of what he lacked. Siddhartha was a prince in a palace, yet he felt like a prisoner in a gilded cage. His heart yearned for something more, something beyond the tangible luxuries and intellectual trophies. And so, with a heavy heart and a hopeful spirit, Siddhartha made a decision that would change the course of his life. He chose to leave behind the comforts of his royal life, the respect of his intellectual peers, and the predictable path laid out for him. He embarked on a journey in pursuit of true wisdom, a wisdom that was not confined to books or bound by societal norms. Siddhartha's journey begins with a burning question. Is there more to life than what we see and know? A question that would lead him on a path of self-discovery and spiritual awakening, a question that resonates with us all as we navigate the ebb and flow of our own lives. In an attempt to find answers, Siddhartha turns to asceticism, but does this path bring him closer to peace? Let's delve into this chapter of Siddhartha's journey. Our protagonist, Siddhartha, now seeks solace in the extreme self-denial practiced by ascetics. He gives up all physical comforts, shunning food, sleep, and shelter, believing that by doing so, he will liberate himself from the shackles of desire. He hopes to find inner peace by distancing himself from the material world, embracing a life of austerity and asceticism. But as Siddhartha immerses himself in this lifestyle, he stumbles upon an unexpected paradox. He realizes that he has simply traded one form of attachment for another. While he was once attached to worldly pleasures, now he finds himself bound by his dedication to detachment. His relentless pursuit of asceticism becomes a new form of desire, a new chain holding him back from the very peace he seeks. This revelation is profound. Siddhartha realizes that his quest for liberation has led him to a different kind of confinement. He understands that the extreme self-denial he practices is just another form of attachment, a mirror image of the indulgence he left behind. This is the paradox of asceticism. In seeking to be free from desires, Siddhartha has become ensnared by the desire for freedom itself. This realization marks a turning point in Siddhartha's journey. He learns that neither indulgence nor repression leads to true liberation. Both are forms of attachment, each as binding as the other. He recognizes that the path to inner peace is not through denial or indulgence, but through understanding and acceptance of one's desires. Siddhartha learns a valuable lesson that suppressing desires can be as binding as indulging in them. This discovery prompts him to look beyond the extremes of asceticism and indulgence, setting the stage for the next chapter of his journey. He begins to seek a middle path, one that balances acceptance and restraint, a path that may finally lead him to the peace he so fervently seeks. When Siddhartha meets Buddha, he encounters a new perspective on enlightenment. In Buddha, he sees a figure of tranquility and wisdom, a living testament to the serenity that comes from understanding life's deepest truths. However, as profound as Buddha's teachings are, Siddhartha realizes that enlightenment is not a legacy that can be passed down like a precious heirloom. It's not a torch that can be handed from one person to another. It is a light that must be kindled within the depths of one's own consciousness. It is a journey that each individual must undertake personally. No amount of listening to the wisdom of others can replace the transformative power of first-hand experience. This encounter with Buddha, while filled with respect and admiration, ultimately leads Siddhartha to a crucial realization. Buddha's teachings inspire Siddhartha to trust his own path, emphasizing the value of personal experience in spiritual growth. Siddhartha is drawn into the world of wealth and pleasure, but can material comforts bring him the peace he seeks? Seduced by the allure of materialism, Siddhartha embarks on a new journey, the pursuit of wealth and pleasure. He dives into the glittering world of riches, feasting on luxuries that his ascetic life had denied him. The jingling of coins, the rustle of silk, the taste of fine wine, the thrill of gambling. Each experience a new thrill, a new discovery. For a time, Siddhartha is swept away in this whirlwind of pleasure. His senses are satiated, his pockets heavy, his status elevated. He revels in the lavishness of his newfound lifestyle, basking in the glow of worldly success. The emptiness within him seems to recede, replaced by a temporary satisfaction that is as sweet as it is intoxicating. But as the novelty of wealth and pleasure wears off, a familiar restlessness stirs within him. The void within him, temporarily masked by material comforts, resurfaces. His heart, once entranced by the dazzle of wealth, begins to see the illusion of it all. The gold loses its shine, the wine its sweetness. The laughter and merriment around him ring hollow. The pleasures of the flesh leave him unsatisfied. Siddhartha, in his pursuit of material wealth, discovers the transience of external comforts. His inner turmoil deepens. His soul yearns for a fulfillment that wealth cannot provide. The realization dawns upon him. The world of wealth and pleasure is but a mirage, a fleeting illusion that cannot quench his existential thirst. He understands that materialism, while enticing, is a trap. It offers temporary comfort, a momentary escape from the emptiness within, but in the end it only deepens the void. Siddhartha learns that true satisfaction cannot be bought or won. It cannot be found in the external world, but within the depths of one's own soul. Siddhartha discovers that material comforts, while enticing, cannot fill the void within. In the constant flow of a river, Siddhartha finds profound wisdom. Just as the river ceaselessly follows its course, life is an unending journey of change. The river, in its infinite wisdom, imparts this lesson to Siddhartha. It doesn't resist its path, nor does it strive to control its destiny. It simply flows, accepting each twist and turn with grace and fluidity. Siddhartha spends countless hours by the river's edge, observing its relentless movement. Its currents are sometimes placid, other times turbulent, reflecting the fluctuations of life itself. The river, in its varied expressions, is a mirror of our own existence. It embodies the essence of change, and in that change, Siddhartha perceives a profound truth. The river whispers to Siddhartha that life is not about holding onto the past or grappling with the future. Instead, it is about embracing the present, the here and now, with open arms. It teaches him that true wisdom lies in acceptance, not resistance. In the river's ceaseless flow, Siddhartha recognizes the futility of trying to control life's course. He learns that the river doesn't question its path, it doesn't resist its flow. It simply is, and in this simple existence, Siddhartha finds a profound lesson. He realizes that just like the river, he too must learn to flow with life's rhythm, to accept its changes without resistance. He must learn to live in the present, to find clarity in the now, rather than seeking control over life's transience. The river, in its humble wisdom, teaches Siddhartha that life is not a struggle, but a dance. It is not a journey to a destination, but the journey itself. It is not about controlling the flow, but about flowing with the flow. And in this dance, in this journey, in this flow, Siddhartha finds a deep sense of peace. The river teaches Siddhartha to find clarity in the present moment, rather than seeking control over life's transience. The river's teachings, its wisdom, resonate in the depths of Siddhartha's soul. guiding him towards the path of enlightenment, toward the essence of existence itself. Ultimately, Siddhartha's journey leads him to a simple yet profound realization. His voyage of self-discovery culminates in an understanding that peace is not a destination, but a state of being. It's not found in the frantic chase of desires or the relentless pursuit of enlightenment, but in the acceptance of oneself and life's transience. Siddhartha learns that life, like the river, is ceaselessly flowing and changing. Trying to halt or control this flow is not only futile but also distressing. Instead, he learns to let go, to float with the river of life, accepting its ebbs and flows. He realizes that true peace lies not outside, but within. It's not about changing the world around him, but changing his perspective towards it. It's about embracing the present, with all its imperfections and uncertainties. Siddhartha finds peace not in the pursuit of desires, but in the acceptance and appreciation of the present moment.